If your bones feel weaker, your posture is slipping, or stairs feel harder than they used to, don't blame aging just yet. Because what you're eating may be secretly draining the strength from your bones every single day. Shocking new research shows 5 common foods, some labeled healthy, can actually block calcium, rob your bones of nutrients, and accelerate bone loss after 60. And here's the worst part. Most doctors don't mention them. But once you know what they are and what to eat instead, you can stop the decline and start building real strength again. Stay with me, because your bone health might depend on it. Let me tell you about Marie. She's 67. Active, health conscious, and always followed the rules. No smoking, regular walks, low-fat foods, plenty of yogurt and leafy greens. She even took calcium supplements like her doctor told her. She thought she was doing everything right. But over the past year, she started noticing something strange. Her knees ached more than usual. Her back felt stiffer. And one morning she slipped on her porch and fractured a small bone in her wrist. The doctors called it mild bone loss, osteopenia. They told her it was common at her age, but Marie was shocked. How could someone who ate right, moved often, and took her vitamins be losing bone? She doubled down. More dairy, more supplements. But the stiffness didn't go away. The aches actually got worse. She started waking up sore and went to bed worried. That's when a friend, a retired nutritionist, asked what she was eating. They went over her food diary together: Greek yogurt every morning, spinach smoothies, whole grain toast, soy milk in her coffee. And that's when her friend said something that changed everything. Some of these are actually blocking your bones from absorbing nutrients. Marie was floored. The very foods she trusted were working against her. Foods that sounded healthy, but behind the scenes were draining calcium, interfering with absorption, and triggering inflammation in her bones and joints. That day, Marie made a shift not just in her diet, but in her mindset. She stopped trusting labels and started learning what her body really needed. And within weeks, everything began to change. Here's the truth that most people don't hear until it's too late. Bone loss after 60 isn't just about aging. It's about what you're putting on your plate. Yes, we lose bone density naturally as we age, but food either speeds that process up or slows it down dramatically. And the surprising reality is this. Many foods marketed as healthy actually make bones weaker by blocking calcium absorption, increasing acidity in the body, or depleting key nutrients like magnesium and vitamin D. Let's break it down. Your bones aren't just made of calcium. They rely on a complex system of minerals, hormones, and supportive nutrients to stay dense and strong. When that balance gets disrupted, often by foods that seem harmless, your bones suffer in silence. You don't feel it at first. Maybe a little stiffness, maybe you feel a little shorter or less flexible. But over time, those signs add up. For example, high oxalate vegetables like raw spinach can bind to calcium and flush it out before your body even gets a chance to use it. Some dairy products, when highly processed or paired with inflammatory foods, can actually increase calcium loss through urine. And healthy cereals or snack bars often contain phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that blocks minerals from being absorbed at all. And then there's the silent role of chronic low-grade inflammation fueled by processed foods, added sugars, and synthetic additives. That inflammation wears down your bones over time, chipping away at density and leaving you more vulnerable to fractures, instability, and pain. This is why so many seniors who eat clean still get diagnosed with osteopenia or osteoporosis. They've been eating what they thought was right, but the body works differently after 60. Digestion slows, absorption weakens, and what once worked might now be part of the problem. But there's good news. When you remove the worst offenders and add the right bone-building foods, the shift is noticeable and it starts faster than most people think. Food number 1. Soda, especially cola-based soft drinks. Most people think soda is just bad for teeth or weight, but few realize it may also be quietly draining your bones of strength with every sip. Colas, in particular, contain phosphoric acid, an ingredient that gives them that sharp, tangy taste. But here's the problem. When too much phosphorus enters your bloodstream without enough calcium to balance it out, your body has to pull calcium from your bones to compensate. This leaching process doesn't cause pain, but it happens silently, especially when soda is consumed daily or even a few times a week. Over time, it creates an imbalance that weakens bone density from the inside out. Soda also contains caffeine, which increases calcium excretion through urine. Combine that with high sugar levels, and you've got a recipe for chronic inflammation, which interferes with the bone rebuilding process. The worst part, you don't have to be drinking a six-pack a day, even one or two sodas a week. Over months or years, can slowly wear away your bone resilience, especially after 60, when calcium absorption is already declining naturally. So if you're waking up with joint stiffness, feeling less stable on your feet, or concerned about fractures, it may be time to ditch the soda, even the diet kind, and switch to something that actually supports your strengths. Food number 2, refined white bread and processed carbs. You'd never guess that something as simple as toast or a sandwich roll could hurt your bones. But here's how it works. White bread and other refined grains are stripped of their natural fiber and nutrients, especially magnesium and B vitamins, both essential for strong bones. When you eat refined carbs, they quickly spike your blood sugar. This sudden increase leads to a flood of insulin, which triggers inflammation, and chronic inflammation is a known factor in increased bone resorption, the process where bone is broken down and calcium is released into the bloodstream. Plus, many of these processed carbs contain phytic acid, which binds to calcium, magnesium, and zinc, blocking your body from absorbing them. So even if you're eating plenty of healthy foods on the side, these harmless carbs are canceling out the benefits behind the scenes. Worse, when refined carbs become a daily habit, morning toast, lunch sandwiches, afternoon crackers, they can tip your body toward an acidic state. Your body then pulls alkaline minerals like calcium from the bones to rebalance your blood pH. That means a simple bagel or slice of white bread could be slowly stripping away your structural support, making you more prone to fractures, soreness, and the dreaded shrinkage that often comes with aging bones. The fix: choose whole grains that are lower in phytic acid, like fermented sourdough or sprouted bread, or better yet, replace some refined carbs with colorful veggies that add minerals instead of taking them away. Food number 3, raw spinach in excess. Yes, spinach, a food many consider the gold standard of healthy eating. But here's the twist. While spinach is packed with vitamins, it also contains high levels of oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium and magnesium in your digestive tract, preventing your body from absorbing them. That means your spinach smoothie or daily salad could actually be stealing nutrients from your bones, especially if you're pairing it with calcium-rich foods hoping for a bone-boosting combo. The problem isn't spinach itself, it's how often and how you eat it. Raw spinach has the highest oxalate levels, and seniors are more vulnerable because the body becomes less efficient at filtering and compensating for nutrient blockers. When consumed daily, especially in smoothies or raw salads, these oxalates can build up and even contribute to kidney stones, further depleting your calcium stores. Instead, lightly steam or sauté spinach to reduce oxalates and pair it with vitamin C-rich foods like lemon juice or bell peppers, which help improve calcium absorption. And mix up your greens, rotate with kale, arugula, or romaine to give your bones a better shot at pulling in the minerals they need. Food number 4, protein bars and fortified snack foods. Packaged protein bars might seem like a smart grab-and-go option, but many are loaded with ingredients that do more harm than good, especially for aging bones. The culprits: synthetic vitamins, excess sodium, and sugar alcohols, which can increase acidity in the body and promote calcium leaching. Many of these bars are marketed as healthy, yet contain isolated soy protein, artificial sweeteners, and refined oils, all of which can raise inflammation and interfere with mineral balance. Excess sodium, in particular, causes your body to excrete more calcium through urine, and when consumed daily in the form of processed bars, frozen diet meals, or flavored rice cakes, it sets the stage for chronic calcium depletion, and those added vitamins, Many are poorly absorbed and not bioavailable, meaning they pass through without benefit. Or worse, compete with natural absorption pathways. If you're relying on packaged health foods for convenience, take a closer look. Even bars that list calcium or vitamin D may be working against you, especially when combined with hidden acids and preservatives. A better choice: whole food snacks like Greek yogurt with chia seeds, boiled eggs with avocado, or a handful of walnuts with berries, all real, anti-inflammatory, and bone supportive. Food number 5. Sugary coffee creamers and sweetened drinks. They look harmless: a splash of sweet creamer in your morning coffee, a flavored iced tea, or that bottle of juice labeled 100% natural. But these daily drinks often contain high levels of added sugar, which plays a direct role in calcium loss and bone weakening. When sugar hits your bloodstream, your body works hard to balance it. In doing so, it pulls magnesium and calcium from your bones and tissues to stabilize your blood pH. Over time, this repeated process strips minerals needed for bone density and structure. Added sugars also trigger inflammation and increase cortisol, a stress hormone linked to lower bone formation and faster breakdown. For seniors, the risk is multiplied. As your hormone levels change and absorption declines, sugar becomes even more disruptive, especially when it sneaks in through coffee creamers, fruit juices, flavored waters, and those light energy drinks. Even if your meals are healthy, a few sweet drinks each day can undo that progress quietly and consistently. Instead, opt for unsweetened alternatives. Almond milk, cinnamon, or a splash of vanilla extract can flavor your drinks without draining your bones. And hydrate with lemon water, herbal teas, or bone broth, each one nourishing and mineral-rich in all the right ways. So why do these foods become more dangerous after 60? It's not just about what you eat, it's how your body processes it. And that changes with age. First, absorption slows down. Your stomach naturally produces less acid over time, making it harder to break down and absorb key nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, the very building blocks your bones need. So even if you're eating the right things, your body may be absorbing far less than it used to. Second, hormonal shifts play a major role. After 60, estrogen and testosterone, both important for bone maintenance, drop significantly. These hormones usually tell your body to hold on to bone tissue. Without them, your body starts breaking down bone faster than it builds it. And if your diet includes foods that leach minerals or increase inflammation, that bone loss speeds up even more. Third, your kidneys and liver don't process nutrients and toxins as efficiently. That means it's easier for things like oxalates, phytic acid, and added sugars to build up, interfering with mineral absorption and raising acid levels in the blood. When your body senses that acidity, it draws calcium from your bones to neutralize it, leaving your skeleton weaker in the process. And finally, chronic inflammation becomes more common with age. It's like a silent fire inside your body that never turns off. Inflammatory foods like soda, refined grains, or even raw greens in excess fuel that fire, slowly degrading bone strength, joint tissue, and even nerve health. This is why foods that seemed harmless in your 40s or 50s can backfire after 60, because your body's internal systems are more vulnerable. But with the right swaps, you can protect your bones, restore balance, and build strength again, one meal at a time. You might be wondering, how do I know if this is already happening to me? Bone loss is often called the silent thief because it doesn't hurt until it's too late. But your body leaves clues. Here are the most common early signs that your bones may already be weakening. Frequent leg or back aches after standing or walking even short distances. Stiffness in your hips or spine when you wake up or get up from a chair. Noticeable loss of height or slouched posture, even just an inch or two. Weak grip strength. You struggle to open jars or carry bags like you used to. Increased balance issues or hesitation when walking uneven surfaces. Tooth sensitivity or gum problems, which can be linked to bone loss in the jaw. Easily bruising or slower healing bones after minor bumps or trips. If you've noticed 2 or more of these lately, your body may be trying to warn you that your bone density is declining. But here's the empowering part. Your bones are alive. They're constantly remodeling. And if you remove the foods that interfere and add what your body truly needs, you can slow or even reverse the damage. It starts with awareness. The next step, let's talk about how real people have turned this around. Meet Richard. He's 72 and always considered himself healthy. He stayed active, watched his weight, and started taking calcium supplements after his doctor mentioned bone loss. But things weren't adding up. He began feeling aches in his hips. His back stiffened after short walks. And one afternoon he tripped and fractured a small bone in his foot. That moment scared him. He thought he was doing everything right. But when a friend suggested he look at his diet, not just what he was adding, but what he was unknowingly doing wrong, Richard made a change. He cut out the soda, replaced his protein bars with real snacks, swapped raw spinach smoothies for cooked greens, and eliminated the sugary creamers from his morning coffee. The results? Within weeks, he felt steadier. The aches lessened. His energy improved. By his next checkup, his bone scan had even stabilized. His doctor was shocked, but Richard knew why. He wasn't guessing anymore. He was finally fueling his bones instead of weakening them. So what should you eat instead? Here are 5 bone-supporting swaps that help rebuild strength from the inside out. 1. Cooked leafy greens like kale, bok choy, and turnip greens. They're high in absorbable calcium and low in oxalates. 2. Plain Greek yogurt or kefir for protein and gut-friendly probiotics that improve nutrient absorption. 3. Almonds and sesame seeds loaded with magnesium, calcium, and phosphorus, all key bone builders. 4. Fatty fish like salmon or sardines for vitamin D and omega-3s that reduce inflammation and support bone density. 5. Bone broth rich in collagen, gelatin, and minerals that nourish your joints and bones naturally. Also consider adding vitamin K2-rich foods like natto, egg yolks, or aged cheese. K2 helps move calcium into your bones and keeps it out of your arteries. These aren't just foods, they're building blocks. Add them slowly, consistently, and watch what happens when your body finally gets the nutrients it's been missing. In just 30 days, here's what you might start to notice. You wake up with less stiffness. Your legs feel lighter. The soreness in your lower back or hips, it starts to fade. You may even find yourself standing taller without realizing it. By week 3, you'll feel stronger during daily movements. Stairs won't feel as daunting. You'll catch your balance quicker. And by the end of the month, your body begins to feel more capable, less fragile, and more like your own again. This isn't about overnight miracles. It's about reversing years of silent damage by removing the foods that drain your bones and replacing them with the ones that restore. Your bones aren't broken. They're rebuilding every single day. But they need the right materials. So if you found this helpful, like the video, share it with a friend who needs it, and leave a comment below. What food surprised you the most? Remember, aging doesn't have to mean breaking down. Not when you know what to avoid and what to choose instead. Let's get stronger together, starting now.